now from the women's side towards the men's side. And once again, these are threats that are absolutely prohibited, and they're not allowed anywhere in our deen. But because society and the court system has given women so much power, so much authority, and so much leverage, that it does not see who is right and who is wrong. Just like there was a time where people would not see, if a woman was divorced, they would not see who's right and who's wrong. Likewise here, the court system does not see who's right and who's wrong. All they do was that they have taken the stance that the women are always innocent, the man is always the perpetrator, and usually now women are using this as leverage for themselves. And we find that in many marriages, even though the woman would be wrong, there are many cases I have heard of. I will not say many, but there are few. But just because I've heard few means that there are out there more. That where women have cheated on their husband, and it happens in our, forget about non-Muslims. It happens in our Muslim community, by the way, okay? If you think that we have such a picture-perfect society, no, we don't have a picture-perfect society. There's infidelity happening on both ends. Husband towards wives, husbands cheating on their wives, and wives cheating on their husband. Now, let's just say there's a situation where the wife has cheated on the husband, and the husband says, well, you know what? If this is who you are, I want to get out of this marriage. The threat is, if you try to get out of this marriage, I'll take all your money. If you try to get out of this marriage, I will go to court and I will lie. And there are many cases where women have gone to court because they realize and they understand that the system is on their side, so they manipulate the system, they will cheat the system, and they will lie openly in court to the judge, not realizing that they have to answer to Allah on the Day of Judgment, but they will lie to the judge, they will lie to in the court system, and then they will threaten their husbands that they will take everything from them, they will take their children from them, they will take everything that they have from them. And this is completely haram. Any kind of threats that comes from the husband's side towards the wife, it's haram. Because we're talking about, and once again, don't misunderstand me when I say haram, that drinking is haram, that all this is on the same wavelength as haram. Dhulm in itself is haram. You will not see something like this from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even when the Prophet alaihi wasallam was even contemplating the idea of divorcing Hafsa radiallahu anha, there was a situation like this. But Jibreel alayhi salam came, he intervened, he vouched for Hafsa radiallahu ta'ala anha, and the Prophet ﷺ decided to keep Hafsa radiallahu anha. But even if Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the man that we look up to, the one that we emulate, the one that we follow, and we refer to him as a uswa hasana, but we do nothing which is like Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. If there's ever a situation where a man says, I need to step away and I need to get out of this marriage, there's a right way of doing it and there's a wrong way of doing it. Simple as that. And if a wife says, I cannot be in this marriage anymore, there's a right way of doing it and there's a wrong way of doing it. And subhanAllah, today when it comes to our Muslim community members, deen is for everyone else. Deen is not for me. Deen is for everyone else, but when it comes to me, I don't have to practice deen. I can do things the way I want. And you find people, you find men, you find women who come to the masjid and they threaten their spouses in this way. And not only that, but they have gone and they have lied in court. And there are times where you see women also taking the children away from their fathers, and the fathers have no access to them and so forth. This is haram. This is dhulm. And a woman who does this to her husband, she has to stand before Allah on the Day of Judgment. She can go and lie in a court, and she can make a fool out of the judge, and she can make a fool out of everyone, but she cannot fool Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Day of Judgment.